Another matchup, the double A's, Atlanta at Arizona. Is this a case of new quarterback, same problems for Atlanta?
Well, yeah, I mean, Taylor Heineke definitely didn't give them the kind of boost that they were hoping for. His completion rate was 56% last week, which is 11% less than Desmond Ridder's 67% he's averaged all year. But what was kind of key for Falcons was Taylor Heineke only took 2 sacks in the last 2 games combined, whereas Desmond Ridder was averaging 3 per game. So when you're not taking sacks, you're not putting your team in negative yardage straight away, which means that you're able to lean more onto the running game. You're able to open up the playbook more. So I think Arthur Smith probably appreciates that. I'm not sure how much joy Arthur Smith gets out of anything, but that's probably one area that he's been pleased with Heineke for. This is the kind of matchup if Taylor Heineke can't get it done against Arizona, then he doesn't deserve to start. You might as well go back to Desmond Ridder, even if the product is going to be absolutely awful. The Cardinals allow a league-high 72% catch rate to wide receivers. The Falcons, it's going to be interesting to see whether James Conner plays for the Cardinals. I know he can be activated, but we've not had any word yet. But even if he does, I wouldn't feel great because the Falcons allow the 6th fewest points to running backs. They're good against running backs catching the ball as well. And they're also very good against wide receivers. They've been strong against wide receiver ones all week. We've talked about it, like when they played Nico Collins, we said there was a week to sit Nico Collins. They've allowed the 6th fewest fantasy points to wide receivers per game. And even with Kyler Murray coming back, I wouldn't be jamming in Marquise Brown unless I absolutely needed to be, because there's so many questions about what this offense is going to look like with Kyler Murray. He's averaged 38.7 rushing yards per game, like 6 attempts per game throughout his career. But that was pre-injury, and now we're talking about in a new offense. So this stat from Rich Rebar was worth kind of bringing up and mentioning. The Cardinals have been under center for 30% of their dropbacks this season. For his career, Kyler Murray's taken just 9% of his dropbacks under center. So what does it look like? Is Kyler Murray going to be under center? And if he is, that's probably a bit trickier for the sort of running game. Yes, you can run out of there as a QB. You can bootleg out and do all sorts of stuff. But, from the gun tends to be the position that you see these dual threats in more often than not. So, yeah, this is kind of a game where I'll probably just take a step back from it, let it play out, see how things go. I don't mind playing Drake London. I don't mind playing Trey McBride if I have to. And I could just about talk myself into a squeaky wheel narrative on Bijan because Arthur Smith absolutely must be feeling the pressure to get him more involved.
I'm going to be hyperbolic. I think that this Atlanta offense is due for an explosion. Okay. Taylor Heineke, we talked about pushing the ball downfield. Desmond Ridder, through his starts, average depth of target 7.8. Taylor Heineke, 10.1. Now, what if I was to tell you that Taylor Heineke attempted 8 throws of 20 yards or more downfield and connected on 1? He has got a 12.5% completion rate. The NFL average is 37.5. Daniel Jones is second lowest in the league at 18.2%. His deep ball has just not been there so far through 2 games, but it's coming. And I think that there could be a real potential for Kyle Pitts, Drake London to get going with Taylor Heineke pushing the ball down the field more than we've ever seen this Atlanta offense do since Arthur Smith's been involved.
I think if you feel like that, I think this is one of those games that has the potential to jump into sneaky upside sort of DFS territory. So, you can attack this game, like you said, go and double stack Taylor Heineke with Kyle Pitts and Drake London, run it back with Marquise Brown if you feel like volume alone could get him there, because he should get peppered. He's going to have a 30% target share this week. And I think if you have a conviction on it, then this is definitely the way to play it. And those are the kind of weeks where, you'll go straight up the leaderboards.
Member Martin is not feeling quite as positive as me, but maybe, look, I was the one saying that all of these Atlanta options were going to be elite fantasy options. So maybe I'm just, too far in the weeds to answer truly.